morning, warriors. Good morning, Mr. Lockyer. While we're getting joined by second grade, let's work on our catechism questions. We're going to jump into them. Of what were our first parents made? Out of the ground. Good. And Eve's body out of a rib from Adam. So let's try that again. So God made Adam's body out of the ground and Eve's body out of a rib from Adam. Of what were our first parents made? God made Adam's body out of the ground and Eve's body out of the ground. And what else did God give Adam and Eve besides bodies? He gave them souls that will last forever. Do you have a soul as well as a body? How do you know your soul will last forever? Because the Bible tells me so. Speaking of the Bible, let's pledge allegiance to the Bible. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to continue learning some catechism questions. We're actually going to learn a couple of them together because they start all working together. So the question is, in what condition did God make Adam and Eve? And the answer is, he made them holy and happy. So repeat after me. He made them holy and happy. He made them holy and happy. What does that mean? He made them holy and happy. There's two H words, holy and happy. What does the word holy mean? I know fifth grade's eager to answer questions. Who's there back? Is that you, Micah? Yeah. What does the word holy mean? Sacred, right? Something that's set apart for sacred purposes. What does happy mean? Olivia, what does happy mean? Right, so it's something that brings you joy and gladness, right? So when it says, in what condition did God make Adam and Eve? He made them holy and happy. That means when God first created them, he created them holy, sacred, and set apart because they weren't like the animals, they weren't like the other parts of creation, and he made them happy, right? And why were they so happy? When God first created Adam and Eve in the perfection in the garden, why were they so happy? What would have made them so happy? Sixth graders, I'm going to wait. Why were Adam and Eve so happy when they first were created in the garden in perfection? I see that happy hand. Xavier. Right. They had perfect fellowship and relationship with God. And when you're in perfect relationship with God, you're happy. What's the chief end of man? To glorify God and enjoy him, right? So there's a happiness, there's an enjoyment of a relationship with God when we're in perfect fellowship with him. So when God made Adam and Eve, he made them happy and holy. And that is the relationship that Christ, when sin came in the world, it destroyed that relationship. And when Christ came into the world through salvation, he is restoring that happy, holy, and enjoyable relationship back to God. This week we're talking about sacrifice as a virtue. Christ is the ultimate example of sacrifice. That sacrifice is the act of giving something up, giving it up. When Christ came to earth, his sacrifice was extreme. He was in heaven. He had a perfect relationship with God. He gave all of that up to become a human, to become here on earth, to suffer every day that he was here. We know the suffering of Christ at the cross, but he suffered every day here on earth because he had to endure what it was like being a human. He He had endured the pain and suffering and just the day-to-day hunger and thirst of being a human. For him, that was extreme suffering because he was in heaven. He did all of that for the purpose of, out of love, giving us the gift of salvation. That is our example of what it means to sacrifice. Anytime we're in a relationship, if we do it in love, love is always a willing self-sacrifice of ourselves. It could be of our time, it could be of our money, it could be of our talent, but that is how we show love to one another. But it's also a sacrifice here at school to do your best. In order to do your best, you're going to have to sacrifice things. You're going to have to sacrifice free time to study at home. You're going to have to sacrifice the things that you want to do the things that you're called to do. All of those things are sacrifice. Sacrifice is a virtue, something you have to work towards to turn it into a fine point of excellence. It is very easy to not sacrifice and to do what I want to do, but when you do the things that you want to do, then you suffer in your relationships and you suffer in the things that God's called you to do. So today, as we think about having a great Thursday, it means that we're going to have to sacrifice. We're going to have to give up something. We're going to have to willingly do that. Sacrifice our desire to space out to work on focusing. It's going to sacrifice our desire to do whatever we want on recess, to play with someone else and do what they want to do. To sacrifice time at home when I want to go home and just play video games. I'm going to have to do my work and study. All of these things are choices that we make. When the more we sacrifice, the more virtuous we become. Christ is our example in this great love for us. Let's sing of that great love. In what condition did God make Adam and Eve? He made them holy and happy. Let's try it again. In what condition did God make Adam and Eve?
He made them holy and happy.
So that's the relationship that he has established with us and the one that Christ restores to us. But we have to do that. He showed his sacrifice to us, and so then we in turn in gratitude sacrifice our life and the things that we do and the things we're called to do. And today, you and I are called to do our best in here at school. And that's going to require some sacrifice. So let's be willing to sacrifice ourselves for the calling that God has given us. The Lord be with you.